I went trading today, like most days that end in Y, but not Sundays and Saturdays. And like around a little bit more than half the time, I lost money today. Stop loss hit. Yeah, this is the trade right here. Not the prettiest sight in the world. Tried to play a gap to the upside and it just didn't want to fill. It happens. What are you gonna do about it? Stop loss hit, shut the laptop, went on with my day. And yes, to adjust the elephant in the room, my hair is a different color. Why is my hair a different color? I got bored. Speaking of being bored, that is what I am right now. But I do have things to get done. So I'm going to drive myself to a local caffeination station and I'm going to crank out finals week. This week is finals week. I have a 25-page reflection paper due at the end of the week. I've got a project on the macroeconomics of a country due this week, and I have a final exam for accounting that I need to study for. So there is no time like the present. I gotta get this thing rolling, but first I would like to say something. Over the weekend, we hit the glorious number of 500 subscribers. Now for many established YouTubers, they get that in a day and it's nothing. But for me, that's actually a pretty big milestone and I'm super happy. I want to thank every single one of you guys for subscribing and for somehow clicking on a video of me throwing my money away to the US stock market. So without further ado, let's get this thing rolling. Alright, so I'm inside the library. I have cranked out 3 pages of my 25-page paper. Luckily, I'm on track, so the way I formatted, the way I was gonna write it is actually coming out correctly. But basically, it's now 3:16, so market's been closed for like 2 hours. And I wanted to do a trade review. On the screen is the trade that I took today, and basically there was just no hope in it. Gap tried to fill a little bit during the first 15 minutes of the market, and then there was just constant selling from 6:45 all the way until 12:10. Like there wasn't even any bullish resurgences back or drawbacks. There was a drawback to VWAP at around 8:30, but that's not even enough to catch a good trade because those contracts were just depleted so bad. And probably one of the biggest reasons why I lost this trade, I think it has to do with just the downsides of day trading as a whole and the downsides of trading American markets as a whole and options. Zero DTE options don't take into consideration any form of fundamental or macroeconomic price action movements. So if you were to go to the daily time frame, you would actually see just the only thing you would see is just downward movement. And this is mainly due to American politics, what the new administration is doing with all the tariffs that are affecting market price. We're currently at third deviation of VWAP for the entire year. So in short, we are super low. I wouldn't consider this a market crash because the market crash is something I would consider like COVID, where price just dropped all the way from 330 to 217 within the span of a month. This is sort of just gradual movement. Now, if we continue at this rate, I would consider this a crash. And in all honesty, because of this major downfall, firms aren't gonna be lending that much money. So interest rates are probably gonna rise. At least that's just what I think could happen. I'm not a macroeconomic specialist at all, but in short, we are super low. And there's either 2 ways you can think about it. One, we're gonna continue down this trend and be below 500 in SPY, or we're gonna bounce off this and see a resurgence back to what normal price would be. I have no clue because I day trade. I'm not that invested into long form fundamental strategy. And I think that's just the downfall of trading as a whole that you're gonna run into, is that you're not gonna be able to take into account things like global fiscal policy or national trade. Because at the end of the day, when you go into a market, lots of option trading strategies or just day trading strategies as a whole are based on statistical analysis, price action. Obviously trend can be involved, but when you think of fundamental analysis versus analytical analysis and looking at price action, you're not gonna be taking into account long-term trends, which is what we're seeing right now with this downtrend. You know, if you were invested in any major company, this would hurt. But the fact that I'm trading a small cash account and I'm trading small percentages per position, it doesn't affect me as much. You know, if I were to catch a short today, you know, we'd be looking great, but I didn't. And that's just something you just got to deal with. Tomorrow might be the same day as today where we just keep on going down and I might be able to catch a short. Who knows? You know, this morning I thought a gap would fill, or at least the gap would fill enough to where I could reap a profit on my contracts, and it didn't. Am I gonna do anything about it or weep or punch a wall or get mad? No, but that's just how it is. So yeah, trade review is pretty boring today. It's just a loss, and the loss that I'm gonna basically take credit for is the inability to read macro and long form trends. It's my fault, but it's also a part of day trading that you're just gonna have to deal with. Now, outside of trading, it's sort of the thing that I wanted to talk about is the trading community. There is a large trading community and it is growing, and it's growing at a really fast rate. But one thing that I just don't see at all is trading content. When you look at the content on YouTube, or at least the content that I see on my YouTube, it's lots of people building brands, building apps, building info products, or creating an agency to help those info product entrepreneurs grow. It's from what I see, it's very little people trading, especially trading options. You'll see the Forex traders, you'll see the futures traders, but you rarely see American stock option traders. And the thing about this is that I know that there's a way to become profitable at day trading options. There's 100% a way to do it. And once I find the strategy to do it, and once I become a profitable day trader, which I'm gonna manifest, I will do. Hopefully there will be a spark for day trading content, or at least option trading content, that there just isn't any. And you know, whether I wanna make this YouTube channel about option trading or lifestyle content or anything to do with finance or trading, I don't know yet. But I know that I'm in a pretty small group of content creators that are doing strictly stock option trading. You know, there's the team bull traders and the wolf trading. Like, there's a couple like old 40-year-old dudes that are doing this, but I rarely see people my age that are doing option contracts. It's all Forex, it's all drop shipping, it's all e-commerce or info product selling or whatever it is. It's all like, people are getting away from the charts. I think there's a big push towards copying traders, doing futures, doing funded accounts. There's a big funded account presence. You know, I've seen lots of comments on my own videos about people saying you should get a funded account, and that would be cool to do. In a sense, you would be, you know, using money that's not yours. You wouldn't have as much risk. You just have to spend the money to pass the challenge, and then you get your money. For some reason, I feel like it's not as rewarding as it would be if I were to do it myself. The whole system's cool where you get payouts and you'll get your monthly payout if you're profitable for that trading period. But it's just something that I'm not as entertained by. It's something that I'm not interested in. And you know, if you're gonna comment recommending it to it, I'm not gonna disregard your comment, but I'm just gonna tell you that I'm kind of just not listening to it. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing all day. It's 3:30 right now, so I've got some more homework to do. Probably gonna continue the rest of my day doing that. And then, move on with my day. Finish up my strawberry chai from Starbucks. And just gonna get into the groove of posting videos every weekday. You know, I'm thinking about doing shorts, but I don't know why. I'm not entertained by short form content, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're back to the college day trader life, road to profitable. Today's loss brought the account back down to break even, so it's whatever. And I'll catch you next time I do. All right, so it's like 6:30 right now, and basically, it's weird. It's daylight outside because of daylight savings or whatever the hell. Government stole an hour of my sleep, but it's more bright outside later at night, which is cool. So It feels later in the day, but it's actually daylight outside, so it's weird. I don't know how to feel about it, but I know that I'm basically done for all my daily activities for the day. One thing that I want to start doing more, besides obviously winning my trades, is filming in the mornings, but filming in the mornings where it's actually enjoyable to film. When I wake up at 6 a.m., market opens at 6:30, I'm tired. I'm dreading this. I hate filming this. I just want to get up, open my laptop, and not talk to a camera. But that's not what content is. Content is where you click record and you just record whatever the hell you want. But I also don't want to make it boring to where the viewer is just watching me monotonely sit there and not like mornings. So how do I combat this? I think I figured it out, and this is gonna suck, and I hate this, but I think it'll be valuable for me in the long run. It is to wake up earlier. I think one thing that I have to do whenever I wake up is that once I'm fully awake, I can't go back to sleep. Just not gonna happen. So if I were to wake up instead of at 6 o'clock, if I were to wake up at like 5 o'clock, I would basically force myself to be awake for an hour and a half already. Can't go back to sleep, so I might as well just be more energized and awake. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the only way to do it. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So tomorrow's video is hopefully gonna be me a little bit more energized in the morning, getting ready to trade. And yeah, that's basically it. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Yeah, and peace. Bye-bye.